Hello, welcome to MAT 150. My name is Bob Biega. I am your instructor for this course. College algebra is, for many of you all, the last math class you need for your degree. Some of you all need it as a stepping stone to other courses, but at any rate, we are in an online class. Hopefully, you've taken online classes before. If you haven't, they're a little different. You are on your own somewhat, but not totally. You don't have someone there every day to show you what to do, but you do have other resources, which I'll talk about in my other video. What I just want to go over is a brief introduction, just kind of brief you on a couple of topics so you know what to expect. I try to keep my videos short. I send them out once in a while just because emails, most people don't read them all the way through, or they don't read them correctly, and then there's always issues. So I try, to do some videos just because that's the normal way to communicate. For my generation, for old folks, we like talking to people, okay? I guess I could text stuff to you, but I don't want you to have my phone number. So just kidding. But anyway, I'm pretty easy to get along with, I feel. I want everybody to do well, but you do have to do the work. Some things I can say about that is to pace yourself, kind of see what's in front of you. I'll show you as we take the tour of the class, and then say, okay, if there's, 5 topics due in 3 weeks, I do 2 a week or whatever. But it's always good to work a little bit ahead. That way, when you come in and encounter topics later in the course that you've never seen before, you can spend more time on them. I try to divvy things up equally and a little more time for some stuff, but if you see stuff you know how to do, then get it done, take the test and move on and try to keep ahead. But if you're a procrastinator, which many people are at young, I was when I was younger, you're going to wait till the deadline. That's a bad idea, okay? Unless you're really good at math, you're going to try to cram a bunch of stuff in 2-3 days, and it's just not a way to be successful. So one of my big things is to pace yourself, and I will remind you of that. The other thing is to do your own work. It's great to get help, but help means someone showing you how to do it and then you learning it through help. Not, hey, Sarah, you're great at math. Can you do my online class for me? No, don't do that. Okay, I don't know who Sarah is. I just made that name up. But, have somebody work with you. I know there's apps out there because I give them to my students. I think they're a great tool to help you learn. But if you use them just to get the answers, then what happens on the final where you can't use your apps anymore, then you might be unsuccessful because you're used to having that to help you. So the final, has got to be proctored, and you have to pass it to pass the class. Does not matter if your average is 90 and you make 30 on the final and your average is still a C, you flunk. You must pass the final. So that's why I can't stress enough to do your own work, because it doesn't matter if you make B's or C's on your work as long as you pass that final. Okay, so by getting extra help to do your work for you, like the websites or the apps or your friends, is fine, but it usually doesn't happen that people go in and pass the final from doing this. I'm telling you, I've just been doing this a long time. So please do your own work. When you take tests and stuff, I would not use your notes. You can't use your notes on the final. And so if that makes you make a C, so be it. Okay, but at least you'll be ready for the final. I'm telling you, do as much as you can without help. When you get stuck, get help. Okay, but at some point you've got to be able to do it without the help. So that's all I'm going to say about that. I'll show you in the class when I do my other tour ways that you can get help from me or from other tutoring sites, stuff like that. So just make sure you watch that next video. Also, take that pre-test by August 21st. If not, you will be dropped from the class. So please, after you watch these videos, the pre-test, it's not like it's going to take you that long. Just go in there and take it. We'll talk about that more in the class. And, be ready to go, because I want everybody to get through the course. That's why I do this. That's why I stress to you to do your own work, because I know what happens when I see a student that makes 9,500, 95 on all their tests, and they make a 30 on the final. That's not anxiety, okay? Anxiety is maybe when you drop a couple letter grades, not when you drop 60%, okay? That's more than anxiety. So, prepare for the anxiety by learning to work without a crutch. All right, so that's all I'm going to say about that one. For now, believe me, I will nag you about that. Make sure you check your email weekly. I don't send stuff out every day, but I try to communicate with you. I send out reminders about due dates. I don't require stuff due on a daily basis, but I do require stuff due every week or two, or 3. So depending on, where we are, you have due dates. So it's your responsibility to pace yourself, okay, to pace yourself. So I know it's tough sometimes, but it's good for you. But I will send out those reminders. So please check your email. There's nothing worse than me send out, 5 emails about final exam, and then you act like you don't know what I'm talking about on the day of the final. It's because you're not reading your email. So please read your emails. If you got stuck, again, I'll show you how to get in contact with me, but please contact me. I'll do what I can over email. Sometimes it's hard because of symbols and things like that, but I'll do what I can. But try to be specific about your questions. Okay, why, where you're getting stuck specifically. Make sure you're rounding correctly. You're going to laugh at me because you're like, oh, we did rounding back in elementary school. Well, some people forget how to round, or you round incorrectly. So, if you can find a little YouTube quickie little video on how to round, check it out. So anyway, that's kind of a lot about what I want to talk about as far as you proceed. I hope everybody makes A's. I want everybody to make A's, but you've got to put your time in, okay? So anyway, I'm going to stop this video now, so please make sure you will take the class tour. I usually try to keep it under 20 minutes, but you never know. Sometimes I start blabbing, but I do try to be clear and concise. So hopefully you find it that way. So anyway, we'll be talking to you soon, and good luck.